Welcome to Friday Fish Facts. I'm your host, Ron DeSantis. We've got Dave here.
Hello, everybody.
Dave has been president for what, 25 years?
25 years.
In the Vancouver Aquatic Hobbyist Society. How many tanks you got going, Dave?
25 to 30, depending on how high they're stacked.
And a couple of ponds out back. We'll take a look at those as well. Let's get into this tour. So what do we got in here?
Again, those are all rescues.
Really?
Picked up here and there, yeah. They'll be switching it out and using them for grow out because I'm out of grow out space. And this one too, so.
Are the parrots rescues as well?
3 of them were from a client that shut their tank down, yeah. And the rest I've rescued at other places.
Rainbowfish, flying
Rainbowfish
fox.
are my brood stock. Flying fox is actually something I want to breed.
Albino rainbow shark, petricolas,
Yeah.
black ghost knife.
The black ghost knife are babies that I raised.
Oh,
These
cool.
have 3 or 4 breeding pairs of them.
Wow.
They're really nice fish, but they get way too big. They were 55 centimeters when I got rid of them.
Wow.
So somebody with a huge tank.
Okay, we'll start here. How big is this tank?
This is about a 75-gallon cube. I like cube tanks so they don't take up the wall space.
Yeah, that's smart.
Get a lot more of them.
Yeah.
So this is a planted tank I did that proceeded to go green.
Unintentionally?
Unintentionally.
Yeah.
But I was trying to get rid of it at first, but then I realized that I was trying to get my Daphnia cultures going.
Oh, yeah.
The green water was wonderful, so I'm taking 20 gallons of water out of here a day and feeding my Daphnia, and I got Daphnia to feed everybody, so it's a trade-off.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So, and then over there is my really nice planted tank.
Yeah, let's head over there.
Yeah.
So how big's that one?
That one's, I think it's, again, another 70 gallons or so Osaka.
There's a ton of rasboras.
Neons, rummy nose, a couple cardinals, tuliloches, a bunch of pandageras.
Oh yeah.
And there's something I want to grow up and try to breed.
You've got beautiful red tiger lotus plant there.
Yeah, it's an amazing plant, but it takes over.
It does,
It sends runners out. You can see there's plants everywhere.
Yeah.
I'll take about 10 plants out a month.
You do?
Yeah.
Can you sell them?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then once a week I have to take out half the leaves, or it just eliminates all the light for the other plants.
Beautiful. What's this one on the right here? This one?
I think it's a Pondageddon. I'm not sure.
Okay.
I bought that from somebody who was shutting down their tank, and it's got some flowers up here you can see.
Oh yeah.
It's just
nice.
Nice big plant, fills up a lot of space.
With some Nubius and
Yeah.
some crinum.
Yeah, and
I love crinum.
some sickly Java fern. Java fern just doesn't do well in this tank for whatever reason.
But you got everything else. You fertilize this tank?
I've got a couple inches of potting soil underneath the sand.
Yeah.
And I sometimes fertilize, not very often.
Nice. All right, so then we've got some racks here.
Yeah, so start at the bottom?
Sure, start at the bottom.
So those are a bunch of Africans that I'm holding for one of my clients. They had to shut their tank down temporarily.
Kind of a mix.
Yeah.
Some Juliachromis, some labs.
A little bit of everything.
Yeah. Strawberry peacock.
They're a great display tank fish because they're colorful and they're very active.
Yeah.
And they're big. You like big, colorful fish.
You do. You got a big petricola in there too.
Yeah.
FX6 on this and
304.
304.
And then in here I've got, there's a breeding pair of koi angels and then a spare one that's being harassed constantly.
And then you lay the eggs on the slate there?
Yep.
And then a few some albino cories.
And there's
Siamese,
some plecos in there too.
What kind of plecos you got in there?
There's one longfin ancestris.
Oh yeah. Nice.
And then these are a bunch of Irian rainbows.
Oh, the Irian, the red rainbow?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I've got a lot of those right now.
So do you use a spawning mop?
Yeah. I can show you another tank. This is my rainbow spawning tank next door.
Yeah.
I got some Bosmanis in there now, and I just pulled their spawning mop out this morning.
Really?
It's full of eggs, yeah.
So you've got how many males in here?
I think there's 3 and 3, but it's kind of hard. They're not happy in that tank, so their colors aren't. They came out of a 120, so you go from a 120 to a 20. And
Yeah, mine were in a 220, laying eggs constantly. I put them in a 20 to try and breed them, and they wouldn't.
Exactly.
Yeah.
In there, I've got some super red ancestors, but again,
They're hiding.
hiding. You have to
They're
take my word
I like
for
that
it.
Pleco Cave.
Yeah. I made those with Mike.
Oh, they're
Bought a
cool.
bunch of slate and cut it up.
Yeah.
And just silicone it together. And then there's some more red rainbows. And those are just over a month old too.
Wow, they grow fast.
Yeah.
From Daphnia.
Yeah, so I do green water from when they start because there's all sorts of stuff in there they eat.
Yeah.
And the Daphnia grows in the green water, and then it works really well, so I keep doing it.
Yeah.
And then when they get big enough, they just pick off all the Daphnia.
You got a bunch of Plecos on there.
Yeah,
Too.
yeah, a bunch of Plecos.
And next door.
There's some turquoise rainbows that I'm growing up for broodstock because I currently have 4 adult males and 1 female, and that's not good for breeding.
Yeah, no.
And so I'm growing those up. There's some flying foxes.
These guys are slow growers, eh?
Yeah, well,
Fine.
the rainbows are good to grow till they're about 1.5 inches long, and then they start slowing down.
Kind of.
And then some black emperors, some denison barbs, and again, I'm growing those up. I want to try breeding them. It's going to be one of my next projects.
Then what are?
There's
what
some
are those
rainbows I
rainbows?
rescued. I'm not sure exactly what they are.
They're cool.
Next door is Pleco breeding tank. Got a bunch of bushy nose ancestors. One of the males is sitting on eggs right now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Right on. Let's hop over to this tank. How big's this one?
This is a 120. It's my favorite size tank. They're 4 feet by 2 feet by 2 feet.
Oh yeah.
So you got 120 gallons and 4 feet of wall space.
Yeah, that's awesome. And you got some
Yeah.
baby brine shrimp
Baby
hatchery?
brine shrimp. I'm a firm believer in live food for small fish. So I do Daphnia, newly hatched brine shrimp, rotifers, and copepods.
So I like this system here that you got the pop bottle in the tank.
Keep it simple.
I first
Keep it simple.
I first saw that at Rick's, the Canadian Aqua Farm.
Yeah.
I never even thought about doing that until I saw his.
Yeah, you don't need counter space. You don't have to worry about another heater or lights or anything.
Yeah.
It's just
It's
leave it
there. And then there's your rainbow fish eggs
Yeah.
on the mop.
Correct?
You make the mop?
Yeah, yeah. Splice some yarn and make them up. And that tank is basically, for the most part, broodstock.
You
There's
got-
one koi in there that I grew
I
up
see
from last year.
Yeah. And you got a
That's,
couple blood parrots in the
Yeah, a
back.
couple parrots, they gotta go. And then it's just rainbows. My denison barbs, they're getting big enough to breed, so I wanna try work on those next.
Denison barbs are huge. That Siamese algae eater is
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. I'll try to breed them too, because again, it's something that the hobby needs. Everybody needs a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. I don't know anyone that's breeding Siamese algae eaters.
No. I like to try different stuff that nobody else is doing.
And then down below, we've got a
Are
bunch of angelfish.
Koi angelfish.
From that pair?
Yes.
Wow. How many do you think are in here?
There's just over 200.
Wow.
And they swam up on May 6th, so they're not even a month and a half old.
So, green water again?
No, not
Just
with
straight
the-
baby brine?
Yeah, baby brine. They just picked the Daphne off and they harass stuff. Like I tried raising Plecos with the angelfish,
Yeah.
and the angelfish just harass the Plecos.
They
And
do, eh?
Plecos don't do well to a certain size.
Okay, we got another rack. We got a
Yeah.
lot of fry in here.
It's a juggling act right now trying to get grow out space.
Do you want to start at the bottom?
Yeah.
Or?
So the bottom,
And these are 20s, right?
these are standard 20s, yes.
Yeah.
So there's 200 koi angels in there and about 60 Plecos.
There's 60 Plecos in here?
Yeah.
Wow. And I see you like the bare bottom, eh?
Yeah. It makes it a lot easier for.
And just the
people.
one sponge filter.
Yeah. And big water changes.
Yeah?
Like I
Like
do
what?
25% every couple days,
Oh yeah?
if not more, on
Use a python?
just siphon.
Buckets? Yeah?
No, into the sink if I can.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
And in this
The
tank,
sink is
yeah,
handy. It's right next
You
to
gotta
it.
have a sink in the fish room or you're making a lot of work yourself. So when I set a tank up, I'll set it up with green water, throw a bunch of Daphne in there, and then once the culture gets going really good, you throw a bunch of fry in there, and it's
So how do you make the green water?
have a tank that goes green.
And you just pour it in. Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Yeah. And then there's probably another 250 or 300 koi angels in there.
Is that microworms above?
Yeah, microworms.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, right above there, that's my pair of turquoise rainbows.
They're more blue than mine.
Yeah.
They're really nice.
Their colors change. I mean, depends on their mood.
They got the yellow stripe when they're breeding.
Yeah. Yeah, they're really nice.
And then you got the spawning
Spawning
lot.
up in there. And then another tank of red rainbows.
And
There's
some
about
snails.
300 in there. A bunch of snails and some Plecos.
Guys, if you're looking for red rainbows, this is the place.
Yeah, give me another month and I'll have plenty.
Apistogramma cockatoides?
Yeah.
Is that the super red?
Super
or
reds, yes.
Yeah.
That's the male,
Right there.
females.
Is she
Maybe-
yellowish?
Yeah. Yeah, they spawned once. I got some fry up above. And then they spawned again that wasn't viable. And then since then they've been harassing each other. So
Oh. They're beautiful fish.
I wasn't planning on buying them. I just saw them in the store. And
Yeah.
I was like, okay, how much do I owe you for those?
Yeah. Okay, up top.
Those
What
are
is that?
Pac-Man frog tadpoles.
Wow. Well, that's a first. Never seen those before.
A friend of mine spawned his and asked me if I wanted a few tadpoles. I'm like, sure, I always wanted to try something new. So
Cool, that's something
you can see
different.
their back legs are out, their front legs will come out pretty quick, and then they'll be frogs.
Cool.
Just something a little
Something different for
Yeah.
sure.
And then there's a bunch of Plecos and some apistogramma cockatoides as well. And there's one right in the front, blurry.
See if I can
Yeah,
get it.
they're pretty small.
Yeah. Okay, and then
And that's just Daphne in there.
and you just feed your Daphnia green water.
Green water, and that's it. And then there's turquoise rainbow fry in there. Up, sort of,
Oh, yeah,
towards
up
the
top.
surface. Yeah. And Daphnia. And Daphnia are great because, you know, when they get big enough, they start eating all the small Daphnia, and then when they're big enough, they eat the adult Daphnia.
Yeah.
Works
It's
quite
a
well.
live food I've never tried, but I've been thinking about it. Actually, it's funny you have it in the last couple of weeks. So you got some gold rams.
Gold rams.
Are these from the club?
No, those are from April's Aquarium. I brought them in a while ago. And again, I wasn't planning on breeding them, but they had some really nice fish. I was like, okay.
So you're gonna try these out?
Yeah, they're actually got some fry in there, but they're very relaxed about parenting. The fry are just swimming all, they just hatched a couple days ago, and the fry are just everywhere. They're not keeping them in one place.
So what do you got for lights?
A little bit of everything.
Yeah?
I'm trying to switch over to LED.
Yeah.
But I would just basically have a bunch of 3 and 4 foot aquarium LEDs.
Cool.
Or I might just go to commercial LEDs because they're a little bit less expensive.
Yeah. What?
Those are my roticultures. So if you,
Oh wow.
and those are really good for the newly hatched rainbow fry and the apistos and the rams as well, because they're too small for Artemia.
So you're huge on the live food.
Yep.
So what do you feed like your adult fish? Live food as well, Daphnia?
Daphnia. I've grown out some brine shrimp down in the
Oh, down in the
corner. You can see there's some adult brine shrimp.
Oh
in
yeah,
there.
yeah.
Just variety. So I feed a lot of flakes, pellets, live food, earthworms.
Earthworms too, eh?
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, we missed one tank at the very top.
That's one more tadpole.
Tadpole up
One
there?
that's a runt, and they're super cannibalistic.
Oh, they are, eh?
I start off with 6, and then one day I had 4, and I figured,
Oh,
well, I better
wow.
move the smaller guy before I have 3.
And you got a dehumidifier.
I have to have a dehumidifier.
Yeah. I gotta get one. I don't have one.
Yeah, it makes a huge difference.
And then down.
That's all Daphnia, and then rotifers and copepawns. Just all like live food cultures.
Wow. Dave, this fish room is very impressive.
Thank you.
So much fry.
Yeah. I need more.
And your
growth.
plants are luscious. You only have 2 planted tanks in here, or 2 with substrate in here.
Yeah, I
and
have a
then
couple
2 other
up
ones.
there, but
2 up there.
I'm probably going to take those out. And
Yeah.
it's hard to raise fry in a planted tank. You just can't
Yeah.
see how dirty it is.
Yeah.
And when you're feeding heavily, you have to be able to see exactly how clean the tank is.
I think I almost missed another tank. This one right up here at the top.
Like I said, it depends
Yeah.
on how high they're stacked as to how many tanks they have. Those are a bunch of Plecos.
Oh, okay.
They're a couple months old.
Cool. Dave, thank you very much.
You're
it was
very
my
welcome.
pleasure. We've been trying to get here for a few months now.
Yep.
With everything going on, it took us a while. You've got an awesome fish room. Thank you so much for the tour,
You're very welcome.
and thanks for everything that you've done for the club over the years.
No problem.
Well,
It's been fun. That's why I'm doing it.
good, good. If you're part of the Greater Seattle Aquarium Society, you know Dave as well. He's
Yeah.
one of the auctioneers there.
Yeah. Both clubs been
Both
doing a lot of
clubs.
work.
Yeah. Okay. How many koi you think you got in there?
About 2 dozen.
2 dozen?
Yeah.
How big's the biggest?
Maybe 10 pounds.
Wow.
And they're pretty much all rescues.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah. Yeah, I do a lot of fish rescues and help people find homes for stuff they no longer want, need, or have space for.
The white one's massive.
Yeah. These are small. I used to have 30-pound koi in here. Until the river otter discovered I had 30-pound koi in here.
I like the grass on the
Yeah.
sides.
Yeah, it doesn't look like anything in the winter and spring, but once it starts to grow, it looks pretty amazing.
They're so active.
Yeah.
So Dave, you were working at the Vancouver Aquarium, and what'd you do there?
I was working in the fish research lab, and I retired in end of last year after 11 years, breeding local marine fish. And now I run Amazing Aquariums, do aquarium maintenance and pond maintenance for other people that need help.
That's awesome. So how do we get in touch with you?
AmazingAquariums.ca or on Facebook, or just look me up. I'm around.
The link for your stuff is going to be down at the bottom of the description of this video as well. So you guys can click on that if you want to get in touch with Dave if you're in the Vancouver area. Lower Mainland as well?
Lower Mainland, yeah.
Okay, great.
Any questions? I'm always happy to talk fish.
All right, that's my kind of guy. Once again, Dave, thanks so much for showing us your tanks.
You're very welcome.
And guys, if you like what you see, consider subscribing. Doing a lot of fish room tours right now. Hit that like button. Join me next week for another edition of Friday Fish Facts.